Like, yeah, screw it, bro. Screw it. I'm done. I hate this.
I hate it here.
I hate Where's the Doom Patrol? Goddamn it.
This shit never happened with the Doom Patrol.
They ain't never treated me like that. What's good, everybody? It's your boy JR.
Right.
Isaiah.
Thank you for joining us. We're Eclectic Nerds. On today's discussion is going to be something more of a rant. It might sound like a rant, but it's not. We're just venting. But I'm pretty sure you guys share many of these same feelings. If you guys are fans of the MCU, that's exactly what we're discussing today. The state of the MCU, where it's at, where it stands, where we want to go, and where they messed up. But before we start, don't forget to click like, subscribe, and share this video. MCU, man. There's a lot of things going on right now. I feel that for the first 10 years overall, even with all of its hiccups and minor setbacks, it did really solid to deliver the first 10 years.
For sure.
With the introduction of series and certain streaming platforms, as a business, they did really well adapting to that and kind of capitalizing on that. The fan in me has certain opinions. Of course, we're never going to get what we really want, right?
True.
But if they could at least give it the proper respect and due diligence. Secondly, because of copyright issues, they had other stuff with other studios that kind of hindered them and didn't allow them to go with the full version or vision that they could have or should have, would have wanted, right? All three of those mixed. Right now, we're at a point where a lot of people are just not messing or talking or even viewing these films anymore. And the question is, are people really tired of the superhero genre? Or is it that they've just rammed it to the ground to the point that now people don't have the respect and care for the material?
Second one.
Yeah, I think it's definitely more of the second, for sure, because there's still so many great stories to tell, right? Like, there's so much
source material.
Yeah, there's so much source material. There's so much that people still want to see. Like, people that know comic books still want to see, and then people that don't know comic books, I think they still could view that and be excited about it. Like Galactus stuff. If circumstances were different, the Kang stuff would have been cool to see. You could have built it up, if not with similar stakes, you could have emotionally built it to where people could have wanted something the same, right? Like, it would have been greater stakes just emotionally, because the physical stakes, I think, of the first saga, like the Infinity Saga, the physical stakes are there. Half the people in the world are gone. We got to figure that out, right? I think you could have built up the emotional stakes a lot more with Kang, because Kang deals in time and everybody has regrets about time, right? So building that up in a way where, you know, you can give people the opportunity to maybe go back and mess stuff up and change timelines and do all this kind of weird, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's definitely ways that they could have done it and built that up to be as significant, even maybe more significant than the current MCU. But there's, you know, everybody has their different times when they feel like the MCU failed. And so, real quick, what are y'all times like where you think that they didn't really hit it?
Okay, so you brought up Kang. The actor Jonathan Major, right? He obviously went through some stuff and that kind of cut him out, right? I agree with you. I feel like if you're gonna hype up a character, why scrap it? Like, they didn't have a problem recasting for Rhodey.
Right.
You know, and honestly, the thing about it is he did such a great role as Kang. It would have been really, really hard to cast somebody of that caliber with that depth, because he did it so well, even in the Loki series.
Right.
But it's not like it can't be done. Now they're going a whole different route. Now they have the Fantastic Four, which isn't going to be present day. It's going to be based in the 60s, 50s, 60s, something like that.
Which, why?
Then that's going to bring a whole different question of, like, where were they during Ant-Man and the older version of Ant-Man and all these other things. Like, I question what they're doing, because I've also read a certain templates and Reddit that they're pretty much done and they're just trying to kill it so they can get rid of it. But then they're investing again, and I hear it counter to that. So again, this is just rumors and hearsay. This is a nerd and the fan in us being hopeful, right? I feel that the Kang Dynasty is a super missed opportunity. And I guess now they're going towards the cosmic and the mutant angle for it. We have Kamala Khan, the first mutant in the MCU. We have mentions of mutants officially. We also have a lot of cameos in the Spider-Man movie. So obviously I think that's going to be the next team, because the way everything is now, contracts and actors, the Avengers, I guess it's the Avengers team that we currently have now based on the MCU is not going to be as hyped as the one that we had originally. It is what it is, to the point that Disney has heard this, and they're even considering bringing back the old team.
Right. Oh yeah, Robert Downey Jr.
Yeah, and Chris Evans and whatnot. So the question is how.
Yeah.
The only way I can see that be retcon is time travel, but you're not going the time travel route. So what is happening?
Right.
If they're gonna give us a hex, that opportunity I feel was already kind of chopped in half in Doctor Strange 2 when they took out Scarlet Witch. We have Agatha coming out, or in production, or something of the sort. Maybe she's the one loophole in that.
Right.
A lot of things that did affect it is the writer's strike. So that has messed a lot of things up.
Yeah, there was a lot of things back to back that kind of ruined
the process.
Yeah, for sure. B, you got a place in particular where you think they messed up?
I mean, that's what I'm trying to think. The Doctor Strange ones were good. Honestly, I really think it was the Jonathan Mayers issue.
Yeah.
Because I think that was they were already suffering before, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they were suffering bad because everyone was noticing it.
They were holding off.
But Jonathan Mayers with the King was like the perfect way to like cut things off, start some new stuff, and then just like give it a revamp for sure.
Yeah.
It was like the saving grace, because with Loki, Kang, the whole topic of time and all that really meshed together. So possibility was unlimited. You know what I'm saying? They can say, "Oh, we'll make it like this because, you know, Kang and him being in different time and dimensions." After that, I don't know. The recast should have been done.
Yeah.
Or they should never just fired him.
I understand the recasting thing, because
Yeah.
what you showed me already, both in Doctor Strange 2 and in the little extra credit scene with Kang, that there are multiple versions of him, right? In Doctor Strange 2, we saw that there's multiple versions of everybody from different timelines. Like you got
616.
yeah. You have Professor you have Professor X back and everything. You know what I'm saying? Like from the X-Men
they introduced variants.
Exactly.
Jim Halpert.
So as Mr. Fantastic, yeah.
Thank you for that, though.
And
we
Monica Rambeau's mama as
Captain Marvel.
Captain Marvel, which was crazy.
Technically binary.
Cool. Like you showed me the they can change, so I would have just said just change Kang, keep the same story. But my problem with the MCU goes back even further than that. At some point, I can't pinpoint exactly when it is. People don't have to deal with consequences in the MCU, which is incredibly important, right? The whole of the MCU before, everybody dealt with consequences. Iron Man had to deal with his alcoholism and the way that he treated people and the way that he, you know what I'm saying, looked at every relationship in his life. Thor had to do the exact same thing. He was on a pedestal. They had to bring him down off that pedestal and kind of address how he interacts with people. Captain America was robbed of his interaction with people because he had
prime.
Exactly, right? So everybody had to deal with the consequences of their actions. Captain America wanted to save the whole world during World War II and get the Tesseract up out of there, right? He lost years of his life for that, right? Everybody in the MCU had consequences for actions that they took, right? But if you look at the new MCU, right, you have Captain Marvel, who doesn't have to deal with the fact that she has a husband or whatever, and on another planet where they only sing or whatever,
Pure
right?
K-pop.
You have Kamala Khan, who doesn't have to deal with some of the most important character building of her character. Like if you look at the comics,
She's out here ditching school.
Exactly. Like, and she doesn't have to deal with that stuff at all, so there are no consequences for any of that.
How does she get rewarded? She's trying to start the Young Avengers.
Yeah, which is crazy to me. Like Kate Bishop does a whole bunch of, you know what I'm saying, terrible stuff at school, and you know what I'm saying, ruins, and then just becomes an Avenger by training under the Hawkeye.
Hulk has a son with a messed up hairline, and we're just not going to address that.
Exactly.
And then She-Hulk.
There's so many things. My biggest complaint though is with Doctor Strange, because Doctor Strange has on multiple occasions changed crazy things about the MCU, and there have been zero repercussions for it. They even talked about repercussions in his movie and he faced none for it. He just uses magic and kind of does whatever he wants, and
that's probably why he helped Spider-Man try to redeem himself.
That's what I'm saying. Like even in that, right? He messes up a spell, blames it on Spider-Man, doesn't deal with the spell at all until the end of the movie, which is crazy to me.
He's like, oh, this is why this is happening.
Should have been a level 3 casting.
Roll a dice, 1.
But honestly, it's frustrating to not see anybody deal with the repercussions of their actions, because that's the thing that grounded us in the MCU and let us know that was a real place.
Even Spider-Man, bro, he made the ultimate sacrifice. Like, bro, forget about me.
Exactly. Tell everybody to like,
I don't exist. The IRS cannot get me.
Exactly. Right. It's so crazy to see that the MCU, which was founded on this ideal of people understanding and dealing with the repercussions of their actions, has abandoned that, which is insane, because that's the whole crux of the MCU. The very first movie is that.
They just kind of got greedy and sacrificed quality for quantity.
They spread themselves
way too thin, bro. Like, certain things that I did, like the little side projects, right?
Right.
Number 1, Werewolf by Night.
It's cool as shit.
Cool, because I'm a huge monster fan.
For sure.
The fact that it was recorded and filmed in black and white was legit. That really gave it that classic feel to it. The story was kind of quick, but it had good cameos, great fight scenes. It was what it was intended for, that niche fandom, and they executed beautifully. Loki definitely held it down where the movies failed.
Right.
Inhumans, they only were doing that because they didn't have X-Men at the time.
Trash.
I think it was okay as a series. It just wasn't executed properly. Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., by like season 3, it got super confusing.
Yeah,
and I'm like, bro, you had it all. Because between every movie and Avengers film, they were in the middle of it, but they never had direct contact. So I'm like, what are you really doing?
Yeah.
They're still working on like a Midnight Suns, or was it the Howling Commandos? People forget the first Marvel Studio film is Blade.
Yeah.
A rated R film.
Yep.
Never done before. Wesley Snipes, please, I beg it of you,
He's a dude.
come back as Blade and let these young folks know how it's done.
I think what should happen is that.
Well, no, they recasted him already. Yeah.
I think what should happen though is
Which he's gonna be awesome.
Wesley Snipes should be Wesker, which would be tight as
Oh,
fuck.
that'll be a cool cameo.
And then you have so he's like still a part of the, you know what I'm saying? But he's
then in Earth 825, he's the Blade.
Yeah, he's Blade, and they switch. Yeah,
well, that's the Fox universe or whatever.
I like Mahershala Ali as Blade though, because I feel like that is another character.
It's like a new face.
He's good enough an actor that he could be the crux of the Midnight Suns team, right?
Yeah.
And I feel like one thing that Marvel definitely needs right now is that they need leaders, because there are no leaders, right?
Yeah.
Like you have Captain Marvel, Doctor Strange.
Not leaders.
Not team players.
Yeah, they're not. You know what I'm saying?
Even new Captain America Falcon is not really a team player.
He hasn't really proved himself to be a leader. Right?
Yeah,
Like he
just ripped a new one to all the CEOs. Y'all need to do better. Be an example.
Exactly.
America.
And then dipped, and
then it flied away.
So there's such a lack of leadership. I think there are a couple characters that could be real leaders, but obviously you would need like series or movies to really build them up into that. Like I feel like Spider-Man is one of them. Obviously he's probably going to be one for the younger generation. I think Shang-Chi could be one, and that would be really cool to see.
Shang-Chi.
He be boxing too, which is very cool.
The man does throw hands.
One of those Marvel movies throughout this time of darkness has been great.
Yeah.
It's Loki and Shang-Chi.
Yeah. Shang-Chi was really good.
Crazy.
I think if you made Doctor Strange pay for some of the crap that he's done, I think he can easily be the leader of this new team. I think you can build the exact same structure that you had with the original Avengers from Endgame, where you have Shang-Chi is your on the floor, I'm a man of the people guy, and then Doctor Strange is I'm looking at the real big picture, Iron Man style guy, right?
Bro, we have Namor.
True.
We have the new Black Panther. I'm just gonna say it. I think that movie was overhyped.
I think
I think it wasn't done right, bro. Like, and
I think that one gets a pass for me specifically. I don't like the movie, but I think that one gets a pass for me because of Chadwick Boseman's death.
Of course, that's understandable.
Like, it's a Band-Aid. You got to do something.
You got to do something with it. I get that portion. I just feel like I just don't see Shuri as a Black Panther.
So I think right now that's understandable. I think in the series of the Black Panther movies, if we get one that is about a Shuri, Black Panther's son, in the comics that's his name. I don't know. I think it's just T'Challa again. Like he's T'Challa Jr.
T'Challa Jr. T'Challa the second.
In the comics, his name is Azuri.
Mm-hmm.
If the third movie is his story, then essentially what we get is
Young Avengers.
just the passage of the Black Panther mantle to him,
yeah.
right? And I think in that context, it'll make a lot more sense. Obviously, the second movie is a Band-Aid rush job. Give me something, right?
Namor was dope though.
No, Namor was cool as hell. I love the representation for that. I love, you know what I'm saying? Like, his story specifically is the best part of that movie. But I think it's just a Band-Aid. I think all the movies where we start focusing on multiple characters need to slow down. Because we're getting a lot of that right now.
But what are you doing with them?
Exactly,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. We're not doing
like
anything
like
with
Abomination and She-Hulk, bro.
Yeah.
Like, I thought it was
Daredevil
cool.
and She-Hulk.
Daredevil and She-Hulk.
Like, what is he doing in that
The
show?
yellow and the OG yellow and red suit, like, I've never been a fan of the yellow and red one. I tried.
Really? I liked it.
Ketchup and mustard is ugly, bro.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of mustard.
I get it. He's blind. That's why.
I mean, he really can't color coordinate. I guess.
True.
I mean,
Yeah.
That's funny. But no, like, and then we get Scar
For no reason.
with his LeBron James hairline, and like, bro, like, really, like, was that even necessary?
Yeah.
And then one of my biggest issues with the MCU, they nerfed Hulk, bro.
Yeah.
Like, even as Professor Hulk, he was a beast. Give us at least Mr. Fix-It if he's gonna be gray.
Or, and this is way easier to do, because then you can keep him the same age forever. Just the Hulk 100% of the time. We don't need Bruce Banner anymore. We don't.
You really don't, man.
The only thing that the Hulk... I feel like people drastically overestimate the Hulk storylines because nobody's there for like Bruce Banner stuff. We're not there for that. We want to see the Hulk punch a planet in half. That's why we're reading the story. Like, that's why we're here. We want to see him fight people. We want to see him fight Wolverine. We want to see him fight Thor. We want to see him punch a planet. We don't care about Bruce Banner's little emotions getting in the way.
And even then, the Hulk has really good storylines of his own character development and his own maturity.
Yeah, as the Hulk.
As the Hulk, bro.
Right. And
they are working on World War Hulk.
Yeah.
So my question is, how are they going to go about that? Because in that, they had the Illuminati and whatnot. He's already gone to Sakaar. Yeah. He's back.
Yep.
Or technically, Battle World. Maybe that might be where it's connected to with the Secret Wars, if they even execute that.
I doubt they will because they don't have the characters for it. Like,
well, they're building to it.
But I'm saying
now we have the X-Men, but
yeah.
I don't know, man.
There's a lot that obviously they missed opportunities on, and now if they were to do a storyline, you're missing so many vital characters that it's gonna be really hard to do, right? Like
we can't have all the characters we want because that's not viable, bro.
Yeah, I get it, yeah.
The Hulk's on the back burner indefinitely for now, bro.
And
they're focused on mutants.
He got wrecked by Thanos, bro. Like,
absolutely bitched on by Thanos,
bro. Like, put some respect on him, dude. Like, at least get a couple punches in where Thanos is like, I bet.
I think him and Thanos with the Power Stone and the Hulk should have went to a tie, and then because Thanos has homies, it should have been okay. Well, we got the Hulk up out of there. We like the dude, the telekinetic dude. I forgot what his name is.
Squidward.
That's not Ebony Maw.
Ebony
Maw. But yeah, he does. You know what I'm saying? Something shoots him out into space. He ain't here no more. Like, I feel like there's a different way. I think that's the problem with the MCU for me at like the biggest
power
level.
crept, and then I feel like they wanted Thor to be that guy.
He could be. I don't understand why.
In the comics right now, he is.
Yeah. He's that dude, man. Like, I feel like they easily could have done that, but then they found success with the whole comedy Thor, and then they kind of want to stick to that. I think the biggest flaw, though, I was gonna say this. I think the biggest flaw, though, is Kevin Feige moving up a position, right? Mm-hmm. So Kevin Feige was the guy that made the web for all of the MCU, like Iron Man 1. Like, he knew from Iron Man 1.
Phase 1.
This is the storyline that I want. I think he had it all the way up until Avengers initially, and then kind of parceled it out all the way until Infinity War.
Technically, that's Joss Whedon.
Oh, Well, Joss Whedon did Avengers, but he didn't plan out. He didn't do the planning because Kevin Feige was the dude in the chair that was making the executive decisions, right? So Kevin Feige moving up, right, means that a suit now has to fill his spot who doesn't care about comics like that.
I would have said Jon Favreau,
but
and he's involved in certain projects, even as Happy.
But they can't pay him enough.
Well, the thing about a Jon Favreau is that his vision, even if a little off, right, will not align to the original vision. So the MCU that we have is not the MCU that we gon' keep getting, right? Yeah. And that's the same. Obviously, it's to a worse extent when it's just some random suit, right? Because Kevin Feige is now so high up that he can't touch anything anymore, right?
Yeah.
But they made too much money, so now he got to go up a position. But now, because of that, the quality of the MCU has dropped so far.
I can see that.
You gotta get him back in that position to right the ship.
I also feel they've invested so much in directors that they, how can I put it?
Don't understand source material.
They don't understand the source material. They do it as a film, and they come from a production standpoint and whatnot, but they don't have the source. I think James Gunn did awesome with Guardians because he's a fan of comic books. Sam Raimi did awesome with Doctor Strange because he understands the dark element, the horror element, and that's his niche, right? Kruger, the guy who did Black Panther, he understood it because of the culture. Yeah. He understood the representation of having a black superhero and having that what that means to people, and I completely respect, because Black Panther is easily one of the best MCU films in my opinion, bro.
I have thoughts, but I'll save them.
Okay. But even then, you know what I'm saying? Then we have other characters like Captain Marvel.
Yeah. This is my problem, right? I think that's when Kevin Feige had left. It was right before Captain Marvel, right? And the thing about the Feige rule time, right, is that even if you had a director that was not a comic book fan, he was the comic book fan, and he okayed the stories, right? So if he passes judgment on the story, he will make sure that it is generally in the right direction.
Yeah.
And then it's your opportunity to just deliver a specific vision, right? Because they was doing that for a lot of people. A lot of people didn't have a lot of really good movies out, and so they were scooping up these directors and being like, okay, just tell this story, do that, and then you making $1 billion, and then you can go do whatever you want, right? So moving him from that position just ruins that that whole sector of Marvel, because he doesn't have he can't be hey, do this,
overseeing everything with
he's too high up, which is
so it doesn't just sound like we're tripping. My personal solution: reach out to these fan-made films and the directors and producers online, bro.
Yeah, for sure.
There's so much talent out there that isn't in Hollywood, bro. People making videos in their dormitories, people making in their basements, Sure, the quality's not there because they don't have the budget for it, but obviously the vision and the passion for the characters and the world that MCU is definitely there. Bad in the Sun, Aaron, he does a lot of stuff in motion capture. He has his own production, right, with the verses and the superhero beatdowns. Give this guy a big budget. He's done so many great things. Spider-Man, Wolverine versus Wonder Woman, Wolverine versus the Predator, Batman versus Darth Vader, things that would never happen but can, and he's executed it on a budget himself, right? Maybe not to the caliber of production that Disney can provide, but the guy is a fan of the source material.
And you know that he does his research too.
He does his research, man.
Yeah, me and my brother have a running joke where the real solution is just to put a single fan in a boardroom meeting, right? Because they'll just tell you. Exactly,
and we've been saying this for years.
But no.
If you listen to our old eclectic Nerdz videos, bro, the Nerdz at the Watchtower old videos, we've discussed this already, bro.
Just put one guy. Just let the janitor let you have his opinion. That's all you got to do.
Have a straight up Tony Stark moment as a representative of the Nerddom coalition. You are wrong.
Honestly, though, that's exactly what they need, and I think that was Kevin Feige's role. He was just a guy who had worked on a bunch of comic book movies. He was a comic book fan, and he was just in the right place, right time. He got the position, and he got all the say so, and that's why it was successful. And then as soon as he moved up, it just, you know what I'm saying, it was
so here's a real big challenge. They no longer have James Gunn, and he's in charge of DC.
True.
Fools.
what's gonna happen. And I think now I feel they really have competition, which is why they're like, "Oh, you know what? Scrap all these little side projects on Disney Plus. Let's focus on quality over quantity."
I don't think that is the case. I don't think Disney sees DC as a threat for a very specific reason. I think Marvel has just learned that a single creative having control of everything does not work, right? And that's exactly what DC just did. And I think because people aren't going to get the stories that they want from James Gunn, because James Gunn is going to tell a bunch of really cool stories, but they're going to be James Gunn stories, right? They are going to be his specific retelling of how these stories work, just like how Marvel was at the beginning or whatever, right? But I think it'll be less successful because the things that he has already decided are going to be the topics for the future. Like, we starting off with All-Star Superman, then a Batman movie without Batman, and then a Supergirl movie. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Batman movie without Batman.
Yes. Dick Grayson is Batman in
we get a time jump.
Really?
So
Brave and Bold?
Is Dick Grayson as Batman and Damian Wayne as Robin?
Is
I'm
that
down with that.
confirmed?
Confirmed, yeah.
I'm down with that. What?
said-
Yes. Get away from all the so many Batman movies.
I understand that there is a want for different stuff, but at the same time,
I actually like Robert Pattinson as the Batman.
Yeah, for sure.
I
I
do too.
think it's really hard for you to tell a story like the MCU story, which is what DC wants. It's going to be incredibly difficult for you to do that without giving people the original version of the character that they love, right?
I completely understand
Like
that.
a Superman that is
do it.
Superman, a Batman that is the Batman that I know, a Wonder Woman, a Green Lantern, so on and so forth that I know, and then they team up, is going to be way more successful than a random Superman that we've never met who is different than every Superman we've ever read, right? A Batman who is Dick Grayson and Damian Wayne is
Dick Grayson did really good as Batman, bro.
That's fair, but that's not how you build a cinematic universe. You don't build a cinematic universe around Dick Grayson Batman. You build it around
Bruce Wayne
Batman, because you need Bruce Wayne Batman in order to sell me on Public Enemies and Long Halloween, and you know what I'm saying, like all the stories that we want represented in live action that are really good stories. The only way to get that is to give me the Batman that I know.
I can see that, bro, because they already messed up by even turning down the production studio that did Spider-Verse for their proposal of
Batman Beyond.
Batman Beyond, bro. Yeah, I see that 100%,
It's
dude.
the perfect animation.
Look,
DC.
episode 2, Nerds at the Watchtower. I said, give us Michael Keaton as old man Bruce Wayne, right? And at the time, I forgot who I casted. I think I was up in the air for Terry McGinnis, but right now is the time.
Zac Efron.
It literally doesn't make
Hell
any
no.
sense. Zac Efron is crazy.
What?
It literally doesn't make any sense because it's such a slam dunk thing to do. Like, it is not.
Honestly, if they would have started off the DCU with Batman Beyond, that would have been it.
Because then we get old Batman, and you can explain why he's like that in the movies to come, which would have been great.
This is why we need to be in these meetings.
Yeah, true.
Let us know what you think in the
that's-
comment section below.
But I think that's what we're gonna do for this Batman. He said that's gonna be Nightwing. We're gonna see him because everyone thought he was dead. That's why he took up the mantle, right?
And then he comes back, yeah.
Yeah. Easy, done.
At the same time, though, that's
Spoilers.
not. I don't think that that's a good way to start a cinematic universe, right? Like that would be like. So the DC animated movies historically.
Okay, so to start off a Batman film,
Not unless they started straight up juicy, like
okay,
like the tragic how like I can see that movie starting with Batman dying immediately. First couple 20 minutes, you see what happens, bam.
Nah, even better.
That'd be crazy.
One up. Start off with him on like tied up in the Court of Owls.
Fair.
Start him off there, cause that storyline is crazy.
But then you miss out on the Court of Owls, like the.
No. You start off with him there, and then you get the backstory how we got there.
I just don't. I don't think it works like that.
They've done it plenty of times. He wakes up and it's a dream or something, and it's foreshadowing to the Court of Owls.
Even still, you talking about with Bruce though, right?
Yeah.
But Bruce ain't the Batman. That's what I'm saying. Like, you can't do it like that. You can't center the story around Bruce and then immediately switch characters.
Well,
because
Dick Grayson
your
was
main
supposed to be Court of Owls. Remember, he was picked, so you still base it off of it. They were grooming him.
Dick was
Yeah, they were trying to groom him.
I don't know, man. I
So
think
him waking up with the nightmare of everything, replaying everything that happened to him.
I would love
Just give us a down and dirty Talia Ruggles and Bruce Wayne's.
That's all we want, bro. Just give me a super bad Talia, Anna de Armas as Talia al Ghul, run it, and then regular schmegular. It don't even matter. Give me Robert Pattinson back. I'm cool with that. As Batman and run that.
And give us a.
Defoe is Rush.
What? What?
William Defoe is Ra's al Ghul.
Oh
no! Give us William Defoe as the Joker.
Oh yeah, I'm tripping. Yeah,
he should have been the Joker.
Yeah,
years ago.
Yeah, with that goblin left.
As soon as
and give us Joaquin Phoenix as the Joker, bro. Joaquin Phoenix as the Joker counter to Robert Pattinson.
Batman.
Bro, rated R, no holds back.
I feel like what we need to do though with Robert Pattinson,
they need to have like their own R-rated universe.
Yeah, and I think
Dark
for
Horse.
that the sequel to the sequel to the Batman should be Mr. Freeze, and it's not even close. In my opinion, that story live action with that Batman would be crazy.
Bring back Arnold.
Like it would be so.
Everybody chill.
Everybody chill.
Chill out. But y'all could keep Uma Thurman, bro. Which I don't think she did good as no. Screw that. But no.
Ain't you supposed to get a super baddie to be? I'm sorry. Let's just.
Brian said Doja Cat, but I don't know.
Oh my
Tell
God.
me no, bro. Tell me no.
That would be insane.
She has that quirky weirdness,
She really does.
and to be Poison Ivy.
That would be crazy.
I'm just saying, bro.
Oh my God.
I mean,
I actually said I just get it.
And the Doja Cat Margot Robbie relationship later.
Whoa.
I'm down with that.
I'm here for it.
I'm down with that.
Fool.
We're talking about exclusivity, right? Yeah, it'll be real exclusive.
Listen to the fans.
I'm just saying, bro. It's there. It's there for you. I think that's the the crux of the issue is that people want we want stuff from off the page, right? We have stories that we love. We like people freestyling them or whatever, but we want stories from off the page, and we're not getting them.
We don't understand why that's so hard. Like, you act like we're not gonna go see it, even though we know the ending.
Brother,
how many people saw The Passion of the Christ? Y'all know how that ended, bro. Y'all know how that ended, and y'all still went to go see it, bro.
This is why I love talking about the DC animated universe, because it is literally from the page to the animated series,
more or less,
almost exactly, right? Like for the majority of them stories,
Justice League Dark was awesome,
bro.
Apocalypse
Justice League
War,
Doom,
awesome. Justice League Doom,
and y'all still
it's
find
the
a
Tower
way to
of Babel.
Fuck it up.
Exactly. Like, I don't understand how
get frustrated.
You see the animated series doing so well, the animated movies doing so well, because they are pretty much carbon copies, right? And you look at that and you're like, but I want to make my own Batman.
Make him blue. Like, why? Even on design, why you don't just give this guy a blue hue? Like, it makes no sense.
It drives me crazy.
Like, Young Justice, bro.
Yeah.
Oh my God,
Beautifully done.
so amazing, bro. Even like from season 1, 2, and 3, like the time skip and their age and the development, the characters' relationships, the intermingling, the emotions.
It's all there, all that stuff.
They was youngins and now they's grown.
Yeah. You know why? It's called letting it breathe.
Yeah, they
let that story
cooked it,
breathe,
let it
bro.
marinate. All right.
The Starfire and Nightwing romance was just sitting there for forever. You was just letting it, and then all of a sudden, oh my God, they loving each other. They talking nasty during.
You talking about the movie?
No, I'm talking about Young Justice.
Young Justice was Superboy.
No, but I'm saying
with Martian.
Yeah. But what I'm saying is the Nightwing and Starfire romance was there too.
Yeah.
Where they, you know what I'm saying? Like Starfire's running the.
Time skip. Remember they grew up.
Yeah, and that was there. Like it was like also the Martian Man.
Are you talking about Teen Titans or Young Justice?
Young Justice, bro.
You don't remember when they was talking nasty during the mission and
He was like, let's try that move. Like, we're right here. He was like, hey, yo.
That's the movie.
She was like,
no,
that's Young Justice.
The Young Justice, bro.
It don't matter. Anyway,
DC's awesome in animation. That's
for sure. Man, Beast Boy got. Oh my God, that's season 3, bro. Jesus Christ,
bro.
He don't deserve it, bro.
I feel like that's Beast Boy's character though. He don't deserve nothing to happen.
Bro, Beast Boy is the glue of the team, dude. Like, he's goofy.
And he always getting shafted. He get the worst stories ever.
And he's still a positive-minded person up to like season 3 when he was like, yeah, screw it, bro. Screw it. I'm done. I hate this.
Hate it here.
I hate
it.
Where's the Doom Patrol? Goddammit.
This shit never happened with the Doom Patrol.
They ain't never treat me like that. God dang it.
But yeah. Anyway, Marvel movies are jacked up. Hopefully they get better.
That's the end of the video. Nah, I'm playing with y'all. Nah, man, but definitely, like, we're at a point right now where we're spending our money and we're not getting what we deserve back. And that's definitely hitting the box office numbers. That's definitely hitting the everything, even the streaming services. They've had a huge decline, right? To the point that now they're scrambling to figure out, is it even worth it?
Yeah.
And even now, a lot of DC properties are back on Netflix. Right? HBO is no longer HBO Max. It's just Max. And a lot of those licensing have also gone to Paramount. So the question is, they're realizing, like, bro, people are sharing their passwords. Like, that's really the problem. Like, and then now they're making that harder to see. And, bro, like, if you would just give us quality videos, quality product, quality movies, this wouldn't be a problem.
Yeah.
But in order to reach that, you got to listen to your audience.
Yeah. Let this be a love
help
letter.
us help you.
Yeah, let this be a love letter to all the CEOs and everybody out there, to these franchises, man. We love the franchises. We will still show up for them and support them as best as we can, as long as y'all give us what we want, bro. We don't want agendas pushed. We don't want, you know what I'm saying, any specifics, you know what I'm saying? Like, we just want the stories that we had in the comics represented in live action. It ain't that hard, man.
And the best way to go about that,
it's really not that hard, bro.
If you really want to know what people are thinking, look into the sales in the comics. What is selling?
What's the highest selling comic in the world? Give me that live action. Next one down.
You know,
give me that live action.
And even indie comics like Invincible, right? Which Invincible, which is Image Comics,
great,
right? Doing amazing. Why? Because they understand that the source material is not made for kids.
Yeah.
So they're sticking to that. People just think animation is for kids. No, bro. Grown folks like animation because sometimes you can do more with animation visually than you can having an actor in front of a green screen.
Studio Ghibli.
Yeah, you could. Yes, yeah, for sure. You can only do so much of somebody doing this and thinking, bro, Ezra Miller running.
Horrible.
Bro, we didn't even touch that. But the best part of that movie was Michael Keaton.
We're going to talk about DC in another video.
Bro, those Jordans, dog.
He did bring the Jordan 8, bro. Those are sick. But I think he's in a rave, bro.
Yeah.
You know, you look like Patrick and SpongeBob doing the jellyfish dance.
And then he does this little fling. You're going like backwards, bro. Like,
it's crazy how Eternals had a better Flash than the Flash.
Yes,
dude. Yes, it's not that hard to show speed, bro. The speed of sound.
Take us out, bro.
Follow the rainbow.
I'm about to get mad, bro. Get us out of here.
Put that as the outro. If you guys enjoyed this craziness that we just discussed, please let us know in the comment section below. Follow us, share, and like at all social media, Eclectic Nerds. I'm JR.
I'm Brian.
Isaiah.
Eclectic Nerds, we're out.